Today, we finally get to install my Riva steering kit on my EX Waverunner. Let's go. All right, so finally back on the EX after many months. I got my Christmas present from Santa, and he got me the Riva steering kit. I have looked many times. I looked pretty deep. If I missed it, I'm sorry if you're seeing this already, but I have yet to see a Riva steering kit put on an EX on YouTube. I've seen it on the FX. I don't think I've seen it on VX. I've seen it on plenty of Sparks, but not on the EX Waverunner. So if you have an EX Waverunner, this is the video for you. So today, as you can see, we're going to replace my stock handlebars here for a Riva set. I'll show you that in a second. For the meantime, they changed the grips. I do have these bar extenders right here. They were great. I highly recommend it if you like change the grips but don't want to spend all the money on a steering kit. Nothing wrong with that. I put it on mine and my wife's over there on her Deluxe. She really likes it, and they work great with the riding gloves. They do a much better job, and you can get a better grip because the grip is smaller. So, but anyway, let's go take a look what we got. Sorry, I have a black top on my box here, but here's pretty much here's the main piece that's super pricey. This is steering kit supposed to be lighter than the OEM. Supposed to give you a better response. So it's the next thing I had on my list to do. No joke, it was in my cart for Riva for 2 years, and I finally got it. So super excited. Comes with the pivot or pitman arm, or what do you want to call this? What do they call it? What do they call this thing? It doesn't say. So, but I'll take a look there. Maybe I'll do the right verbiage when I actually get to see it. But everything is there. Comes with a little hardware kit for the arm. And what we'll need to, as well as I got the handlebars as well. And I don't know how well it's going to work. It was interesting on their website. It didn't really suggest it. Maybe I just missed the suggestion. But there's a cover plate here as well. And I'll show you what that's for. I'm assuming you probably need 2 of them if you have the ride system. So, but on mine, I don't have ride because mine's just a sport. Even though my wife's is a deluxe, we don't have to do the ride system. It's a little different, but anyway, this will go on there. It'll give me the adjustability I need. I'll do a better look here in a second, but yeah. So we'll need to get under this hood here, start taking stuff apart. We're going to take off all this plastic stuff here, step by step. But first, we'll have to be these handlebars because they have to come off anyway. So, or the grips. So we'll take off the grips, and then maybe I'll do some time lapse, and then stop them when we need to stop. Let's do it. All right, got it on the bench, finally. What kicked my butt a little bit was this arm. When it's on like so, to here, there's a bolt that goes through here. Actually on this side here, sorry. And what's interesting about the bolt, which was great, this was locked in on the one side of this right here. You can see the hex. The other side is headed, there's a lock ring on here. You have to move the tabs. And these tabs kind of kick my butt trying to get to it. Because I'm not from the circus. I can't bend that way very well. So but got it off. So now I got to transfer over this magnet and use red Loctite. And then I got to transfer over this sleeve right here. So let's do it. Okay, so I got the magnet put on there with red Loctite. It was interesting. The old one just has a center bolt with pins, and this one you actually it's actually threaded, so that's why you need the red Loctite. And I threw some new grease onto here because I noticed there was some grease when I took it off. Looks like assembly lube or whatever that is. So I just had some grease laying around, some good stuff, so I put it on there. Put a little on here too. I don't know if I need it, but it was on this one. It had grease on it, so not really sure why, but whatever. If it doesn't, I'll just wipe it off, no big deal. However, I did put on the new keyway. I transferred over the ball that earlier when the locking deal that I showed you earlier, it goes on. What's interesting, on the OEM, it uses, you transfer the ball, which is threaded, but you do not transfer over the nut that goes on the other side, like so. So that's why it's telling you to red Loctite. So I did put the ball on the closest towards the shaft. In doing that, it makes it faster steering. The center is, they said it's like OEM, so I'm gonna put it to the next one over, give me a little faster steering. If it doesn't work, I just take it back apart. I know, I've done it once already. And before I put this back together, in the instructions, you do have to trim some of this tab off here. I don't know if you can see that, but you got to trim about 1/16 of an inch off of both sides here, which I did. I'm assuming you want it more flush, but I think that's enough. I think right at 1/16. I'm sure it has something to do with centering the shaft, but let's put it back together. Let's go. So I wanted to do a voiceover because I didn't do a very good job explaining what was going on here. But obviously I got on the ski, got the position I wanted to, the bars and the steering feels good. Two things I wanted to cover. First, you'll see it here. I'm going to grab it on the little module on the left-hand side, not that one, that one. So on the ride system, like my wife skied, there'll be 4 bolts holding a top to the bottom, which would be on the handlebars. But for some reason on the Sport, they just run the harness through that thing, and you have to take the whole thing apart just to save that little plastic piece. So I just ended up cutting it off. Lastly, I did want to cover, you'll see it in the next shot, I do install that little spacer or that cover on the inside of the throttle. And yeah, you'll barely see it, but it actually went in perfectly and is a great fit. All right, put this on, I had to take it back off. Need to shave this down right here. I don't know if you can see that. This little edge that's sticking up, it's causing some issues. I think on the old handlebars there was a hole, and this is like a dowel to keep it locked in. But these new bars don't have a hole, so let's trim that off. All right, just like that, we're all done. You can see, bars are mounted, steering's mounted. Got my start stop, throttle where I wanted it. Finally got the grips on. Had a little trouble with this one here, but got it going. You can see these are the caps now instead of the bar extenders, like my wife's right there. And I actually did a measurement right on point. These are 30-inch handlebars, measured across from here to there. And it's 100% spot on. And I measured my wife's, which used to be how mine was. It was 27.5 inches from end of the bar to end of the bar. So I think it's going to be a little more comfortable. I already sat on the ski, kind of messed around a little bit. I think, yeah, it's going to be a much better ride. It's going to handle a little bit better, but I'll be able to put in my weight where I need to, especially in slalom. So pretty excited. One thing I would probably suggest that you get before doing this job would be a metric Allen set. So I mean a metric Allen set. Let me pull mine here. Mine is really gross, but so this is a 3/8 drive Allen set. You can get a 1/4, 3/8, ½ inch. The 3/8 is going to be the most common. Just put it on your ratchet. That'll work really well. Also too, I would probably suggest, sorry, my toolbox is an absolute pigsty right now. Right here, there's another metric Allen set. This had a lot of the smaller stuff too. I've used this many times in my videos. These were great when the sockets would not work. So the much smaller stuff, especially putting in the grips, I forgot what size that is, but they're pretty small. But that's what we got going. So like I said, super excited about it. I'll get to test it hopefully sooner than later and let you know. So got that, and then we got a couple other things going on here. And this will kind of give it away. So I'll kind of do a comparison there between these two on something cool. So you have to stay tuned for that, but thanks for joining me on this video here. It was a good one, pretty straightforward, and I had a good time doing it. So until next time, see you later. Bye.